Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wonder why some academic papers seem so complicated you want to give up before you even start? Well, today we're diving into how to actually read and write academic research and what it all means for you. Think about it. You've got so much to read, whether it is for school or just to stay informed. Reading a whole academic paper from start to finish can be a real-time sink. And let's be honest, sometimes it is just not necessary. This paper offers a super smart way to tackle academic research, kind of like giving you a cheat code for understanding complex studies without getting lost in the weeds. So instead of that daunting beginning-to-end approach, the author suggests starting with the title and the abstract. The abstract is like a tiny summary of the whole paper. Then you jump straight to the figures, those graphs and charts. They often tell a huge part of the story visually. Next, you hit the discussion section, which is where the researchers explain what their findings mean. And finally, you skim through the references, which are like a trail of breadcrumbs showing where their ideas came from. This way, you get the big picture fast. If it seems worth your time after that, then you can decide if you want to read every single word. Now, this isn't just about reading. The author also gives tips on how to write your own research. And here is the key takeaway. Write for your reader who might not have time to read everything either. This means making sure your title, abstract, and figures clearly get your main points across. Imagine your figures are like a visual outline, and your writing is a story that explains those figures. It is a totally different way of thinking about putting your work out there. Making sure the most important stuff is front and center. The paper also talks about the PhD dissertation, that massive requirement for many academic careers. It argues that instead of writing one huge, rarely read document, it is better to structure your dissertation around published style articles. Think of it like a sandwich. The core chapters are your published papers, and the introduction and conclusion chapters tie everything together. This makes your research more accessible and impactful, because these core chapters are meant to be read by a wider audience, not just your committee. And then the paper tackles the elephant in the room, or rather the AI in the research lab. The author is seriously concerned about how generative AI is being used and misused in academia. They point out that AI can make things up, especially with fake references, which is a big deal for scientific integrity. It is like using a calculator that sometimes gives you wrong answers without telling you. The recommendation is clear: be extremely careful, always disclose AI use, and never let AI replace your own thinking and verification. This is a visual example of what a fabricated citation can look like. It might seem plausible at first glance, but upon closer inspection, it is just not real. This is why the author stresses that authors must check their sources and not blindly trust AI output. The references section isn't just a formality. It is part of the data that allows other researchers to verify your claims. Fabricating data, whether in figures or references, is a serious ethical breach. Here is another wild example of AI gone wrong. This image was published in a scientific paper but had to be retracted because it was clearly fake. That is a giant rat with some very questionable anatomy. It highlights just how important it is for humans to be in the loop, verify information, and not let AI act as an unsupervised author. The article points out that some AI tools can transcribe audio or help find papers, which can be helpful, but they still need rigorous human oversight. So, why do all of this? The paper gets real about the academic world. It explains that while the ideal is to create and share valuable knowledge, there are often perverse incentives. Think about the pressure to publish in prestigious journals. No matter the cost, the author is quite critical of the current system, where researchers often pay huge sums to for-profit publishers for the privilege of publishing their work, money that often comes from tuition fees and taxes. This meme perfectly captures the absurdity of the current academic publishing model. We do the research, we do the peer review for free, and then we pay large sums of money to companies to publish it. It's a system that seems broken, and the author suggests we need to explore and advocate for more ethical and open alternatives, like preprint servers and initiatives that prioritize knowledge sharing over profit. The paper offers a hopeful note by highlighting initiatives like peer community, in which aims to separate the peer review process from the publishing process, giving more power back to researchers. It also mentions preprint servers like CArXiv, where you can read this very article for free. The core message is that the goal of academic research is to create and share knowledge for the benefit of humanity. And we need systems that support that goal, not hinder it. And finally, there's an epilogue that beautifully asks why anyone should care about academic research, especially in fields like music. It touches on the idea that even when facing huge global problems like climate change, the arts, humanities, and even niche sciences like ethnomusicology give life meaning and wonder. It is a powerful reminder that research isn't just about solving immediate problems. It is also about exploring, understanding, and enriching the human experience. This paper is a fantastic guide for anyone trying to navigate the world of academic research. It encourages us to be efficient readers, thoughtful writers, and critical thinkers. It challenges the status quo in publishing and offers a vision for a more open and ethical future. Remember, science is a process, and understanding how it works is just as important as the findings themselves. What do you think about the advice on reading academic papers? Do you struggle with information overload? Let us know in the comments below, and if you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to RUBIN'S Mind Lab for more curious explorations of science. We'll see you next time.